Shrink's in the house once again. He's back where the prescriptions happen. Only for some though. And only for some that are ready to, to be honest with themselves, right? Do you have a problem with audio obsession? Does it have you by the gonads? Like it had me for so many years, man. I know I'm only speaking to a few people, but I mean, this is a very, very serious problem. It's not just, you guys are sitting back there laughing about it and, oh, look at this idiot talking that hi-fi is a problem. Well, it can become that, unfortunately. And really, really a severe one where, people are lying to their spouses about it. There's people going into arrears for hi-fi. They're going beyond their means because they just can't compose themselves. They have to have it. And I'm not laughing at any of you because I understand addiction. And then there's guys in recovery like me that substitute one thing for the other. And at the end of the day, when this thing has gone too far, meaning that it's not even about audio anymore, or the music for that matter, it's about escaping yourself because you hate the way you feel inside. You can barely just sit with yourself, So you seek out ways to feel better inside. And one way is, buy the thing of choice that will make you feel better. But at the end of the day, it's so short-lived. It's like a Band-Aid to a real deep problem of loneliness. That huge hole inside, right? And I still suffered. Sure, I haven't bought something in a long time, but I'm always looking at stuff too, and I always have to step back and ask myself, like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, for real, It's not a good feeling to be powerless of anything in your life. And that's the thing, like, for a very, very small percent of people, once they've stepped over that line, I love the saying, once you're a cucumber, you can never become a pickle again. So it's either, and I know many that have had to do it, and there's many that have to do it. And that just means stop entirely. Sometimes just get rid of everything. Just take up a completely new hobby that ain't sucking the soul out of you. Keeping you isolated from other people. Keeping you isolated even from your own family. Right? And that's what the Audio Shrink channel is about. I always revert back to this topic because to me, it's my most important topic that I cover on my channel. How deep into this shit are you? Because I'm telling you, like, I've seen it change people's personalities where they're just, it's their whole life is audio equipment, which means it's just a material life. There's no care for anyone. It's selfishness and self-centeredness at the max. You know what I mean? Like, who gives a shit about your stereo, man? I know no one cares about mine, and I like it, but it means nothing, and nor should it to anyone else, because these are just small little material items that we enjoy. They're not meant to consume us or, just become our whole life. There's so much more. Like, if you're sitting there with a wife, which I don't have, and you're taking her for granted because you're fucking stuck on the internet all day. And I can tell by just looking at some of these guys on the websites on how much stuff is being sold, every single day. Like, it just becomes, oh my God, the tension in the body, the no peace inside in between the ears, just a constant frickin' battle. Just a nightmare, So imagine just being free of that for a moment, right? Where you actually, is it possible to switch just to say, because I hear it all the time. I hear the words, oh, it's about the music. Well, it's easy to say, but this requires action, especially when you've gone too far. Big action, man, So like I say, I always come back to this topic because I feel it's really, really, really important. I don't see anyone else talking about this stuff. All I see is redundant reviews of audio equipment. You know, they're missing the big picture of how this kind of thing or any obsession or addiction can affect another human being. And it's brutal. Oh man, the loneliness and isolation. You're doing this all for nothing because you're never going to find what you're looking for. That's the thing. Like, why not just stop now? Because you're not going to find it. Your brain will never be able to allow you to sit down in your room and look at all your components and say, you know what, every one of these are perfect. They're great. No, it's going to be, there's a flaw there. How can I improve that? How can I improve this? It's just an absolute nightmare. It's not needed to waste your time on that. Okay, so that's what my channel's about. It's just to try to get people to step away, you know, and if needed, quit it entirely, you know. But I can't practice that until I do it myself. I enjoy what I have, right? But of course I want to, you know, my brain, it just won't let up. It won't let up. It always wants to make a change of some sort. There's always one thing in there, you know. There's no freedom, guys, and it's never going to get better. It's only going to get worse. And I'm only speaking to a few of you out there, and I know who you are because you've come on to the live chats. And I know people personally that have admitted to me that they got a problem, right? It's much deeper than audio equipment. Audio is just a symptom, guys, of what's really going on, man. So look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, is this healthy for me to continue? Do I want to, you know, die like this, old age, like just alone, or do I want to get out and be with people and, you know, that kind of stuff? So yeah, that's what the audio shrink is here for. It's to talk about that stuff and to not be ashamed to admit that something as small as this has you by the gonads, you know? And I just can't believe these guys that are just dealers, but that's their whole life. That's all they can talk about, man. Do you hear me coming here fucking talking about my landscaping? Very rarely. I love it, but that's just what I do for a living. It's not my life, right? My life is helping other people as much as I possibly can, whether it be to stay clean and sober, or just to get rid of things that can cause pain and grief and stress, right? So anyways, guys, like and subscribe. I know you can sit back there and judge me all you want, but I'm speaking the truth to a lot, and I'm speaking for a lot of people. Like and subscribe, guys. Thanks so much.